All right, this is a video I never thought that, or a title I never thought that I'd come across, at least now, because of course artists have this life cycle where they go up and then, you know, they do something wrong or they just get out of touch and then they start going down. But I mean, I think it's agreed upon by everybody objectively that Carti is like at the peak of his career and might even continue going up. I feel like he might be the next Kanye. If he does a little bit more mainstream stuff, although he is doing the more future low voice type thing that is much less niche than his hardcore rock rage stuff. But how Playboi Carti is ruining his career? How? Unless he's talking about like long term with not dropping music frequently, but let's see what he has to say.
It's 2023 and it's time for Playboi Carti to go on another tour. But this tour ain't a regular one. It's Carti. He always got to be different, but this different ain't good. Playboi Carti going on tour for an album that came out in 2020 and like I said, going on a tour for it in 2023. And the ticket prices up to $500 and $300 for standard admission on the floor. And the world don't like this. But how did Carti even get to this point? Playboi Carti, a rapper we all know, is one of, if not the biggest liar in the rap game. So back when he dropped this tape, Whole Lotta Red, he started lying again. Days after dropping the tape, and went straight to Twitter with some cap. Basically came to Twitter saying the deluxe was coming soon, and that's what's
with some cap
songs the fans wanted on the tape. You can guess what happened. No deluxe ever came, and so for a while the album just marinated. He did some versatile performances here and there, and eventually it was time for him to lie again. September 2021 came around, and he was back active on social media, and the world was hyped. Carti dropped a post on IG that said "Narcissist" with the date September 13th, 2021. And with anything Carti do, his side of the internet going.
So is he gonna say that he's ruining his career by lying a bunch? Because if he says that, I feel like people have just accepted that you can't believe a word that he says until you're actually listening to the album on Spotify or Apple Music. And therefore, like, it doesn't hurt his career. Like, it's just part of his brand at this point. Just like with Ken and Lone and all those people. And even Uzi at this point. But I don't know if people care as much about Uzi lying about Barter 16.
Crazy. Even though he ain't specifically say what, he knew people was gonna take it like it was an album. So eventually, the 13th come, nothing. Or at least that's what people thought until they looked a little deeper and checked out his website. Merch, all kinds of merch, $5,000 merch, and fans ate it up. They start slamming their wallets going, I'm not trolling about some $5,000 merch. He really put a helmet up for 5 racks. But other than his
didn't he claim that that was fake though? Or like that it wasn't ready? Or it got refunded? I don't know. Again, you never know what's going down with anything in his camp.
Fans, the public ain't really like. They felt like it was regular clothes. He was charging the bag for it, but it came with one problem. All the people that spent their money on.
Isn't that all clothes? That's how I feel about all clothes. Like, damn, I'm spending $250 on some jeans. I can just go to Abercrombie and get them for $40, bro. And they're the same quality. It's all, that's what branding is, yo. Like Gucci shirts are no better quality than some shit you can get at Target. I'm not talking about like, you know, some super cheap China shit, but like you can get some decent stuff from Target.
All this merch and all of this, turns out it was fake. The website got hacked. Carti took to Twitter and said the website is hacked. The reference photo was posted live. He never approved any clothing, none of that. And this had the fans mad. They felt like they got scammed. They dropped all this money on something that wasn't even supposed to come out, but it get worse. Twitter did what they did.
Well, they all got refunded.
Doing got the digging. They found out this wasn't even his merch to begin with. They realized it was real similar to some clothes being sold on this Chinese retail market. But even though no album and some fake merch came from this little post, something did come. He kind of half lied. He announced the Narcissist tour, and for a minute, he let it rock. People was rushing to buy their tickets, me included, because we was thinking he was dropping a new album. Like, how you gonna go on tour for an album that ain't dropped yet? But at the height of all the hype, bro came out and changed tour name to the King Vent Tour. Basically renamed.
I'm getting confused how he's ruining his career though.
Naming it to the tour for his album Whole Lotta Red that he dropped in 2020. And so a turning point came in his career. He started arguably the greatest tour of his career. He stepped out and started going crazy. His performances was different from anything we had seen from him before. And so every time he got on stage, it was going viral. He came on there with face paint, he came on there with all that makeup. Like, he was going viral every time he went on stage, including the one I went to. This one is specific. Had to be his craziest, really most dangerous show he probably done did in a minute. So let me take you back to the night of October 15, 2021. Charlotte, North Carolina, Bojangles Central. We pull up, line long. I'm talking about the line crazy. I'm just show you the vid.
Bro, this Carti got it packed, bro. Oh my God.
And if you someone just listening, know that line was reaching from one half of the stadium to the other. So Carti fans that started acting crazy. And I'm talking about it was...
Where is the ruining of the career though? This all seems like pretty like building up his career. Like, oh shit, fans are selling fake stuff on his website. It got hacked. He's got hella people at his show. I guess he's like building it up until he's gonna come in with the climax pause and be like, yo, Carti's doing this and that's why he's, you know, his career is gonna die out in 3 years.
Wow, people started getting tired of waiting and they started ripping parts out of the door and passing it around the crowd. The second they got that door open, people started rushing through. Me and my bros literally had to hold onto each other so we wouldn't get separated in that crowd, but the crowd started pushing through the door. And the second we got through that door, we realized how bad it was. Them niggas picked the metal detectors up out the ground and had them laying on the floor. Then the people who was at the door that was supposed to check your tickets got scared and ran away. And so at this point, anybody was able to get into the show with anything. Nigga could have walked in there with a gun or anything. That's why I said it was so dangerous. But eventually, running through the halls, we get to the floor and everybody was on the floor. The whole line that just rushed in went straight to the floor. And it wasn't nothing nobody could do because how they finna control a crowd like that. But eventually, they got to performing. Ken Carson came on, Rico nasty. But right after Rico, everything took a break. Security stepped onto the floor and...
How is this ruining his career? How?
Got on the mic and told everybody, you ain't have a wristband, you got to get off the floor. And they meant that. They was walking around, grabbing people's wrists, taking their wrists, had flashlights out, all that. So some people who did pay for a floor ticket and they get a ban because the ticket checkers wasn't there, was out of luck. But it get crazy. Niggas was out there being dirty. I watched somebody pick up a roach off the floor and start smoking it like it wasn't nothing. But Carti put his life...
Oh, like a roach, like a blunt or a J roach. I thought he actually meant a bug.
In danger that night for this show. Yeah, it might have been a good night for me at the time. But in reality, it wasn't okay. And this was before the Astroworld show or anything. And Carti realized it was dangerous. And every show after that, he upped the security heavy. But I'm telling you all of this because it leads up to what happened next. The tour finished, 2022 came around. He don't drop no music, but just doing interviews, trying to hype up some future music. Until his baby mama came into the picture. So for a quick little history lesson, he got Iggy Azalea pregnant. And she had his kid back in 2020 and basically came out and told the world he was a bad father. She was like,
introducing the Google Pixel.
But at the same time, I've said it so many times. All of these allegations of being a deadbeat or the domestic violence or whatever, like as much as those are bad things, and you would never want friends or even family members or anybody that you know to be a part of that or be participating in such things, it kind of does align with being a narcissist. So like if you want to, like, Loki as a artist, it's kind of a good idea to just be to rock this like I'm a bad person type persona, because then when shit comes out about you, which inevitably will, because every celebrity is just attacked on a daily basis, like they're always gonna dig up some dirt on you. Every person does bad shit, or at least perceivingly, right? Like then you're kind of shielded. It's almost like if you do some like corny shit, or you know, like Smoke Perp with the freestyle, when he started making fun of himself about the moonlight, spotlight, shoot 'em up like Fortnite, that kind of shit, then like everybody stopped joking about it. So if you rock the bad persona and you do bad shit, nobody cares, because it's like you at least you admitted it. I think Carti in a lyric recently said that in Killers, he said that he was playing video games or recording at the studio while his son was born. So he rocked it at least.
He didn't even come to his son's birth. He was out in Philly with Uzi.
While I was pregnant, this man didn't even come to see his son be born. He went to Philly to play the PlayStation with little Uzi.
With little Uzi?
He thought that was more important than seeing his son be born. And I had a scheduled C-section, by the way, because my son was so big that they were like, you can't have a natural birth. I'm not still with him, in case you're wondering. No, I'm not still with him.
But she came out talking because in this interview, Carti said some words about Iggy. I'm a father, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is having kids. I just got responsibilities. I pay bills. I take care of a lot of people. I take care of my mom, my family, my baby mama. I take care of my son. There's a lot of people I take care of. So it's like, I gotta keep doing it just to make sure that I love my baby mama. It need to be known that Iggy the best mama in the world and my son is perfect. But Iggy ain't like Carti speaking on it. She out on Twitter. She said, take care of me. Let's not get carried away now. Y'all been misled. I don't mess with a man. I'm not.
Low-key, Iggy might be. Now, I genuinely think Carti is worth more money if he were to sell his catalog right now. But Iggy, I think, did sell a lot of her catalog with like at least double, potentially triple digit. I don't know how. I think it was actually just double digit $1 million deal for a lot of like fancy, like I don't even know what her songs are, but she used to be signed to T.I. and she did have big songs back in the day. That's why she's famous now. But like she might have more money in cash than Carti, let's just say. Although Carti's probably making more money as we speak right now. So yeah, she doesn't need to be taken care of at all.
Not even remotely on good terms with. Claiming he pay my bills. I pay my bills. Secondly, saying nice things for an interview saying I'm great. But in real life, he talked to me crazy. He was talking to me so bad I had to stop all contact. His team been calling about the interview, hoping for my silence because they know what my reaction would be. I do appreciate being called a great mom, but that's not reflective of what he gotta say in real life. I'd rather be left out and not even being mentioned at all. Soon after this, he had another performance where people was on bad time, breaking the barricades. But before anything could happen, the show got shut down. But after not lying to his fans for a minute, he got to performing.
Bruh!
That made
Where's the ruining of the career? How far deep are we in this shit?
some people look at him sideways. In the middle of performing, he grabbed this guitarist and started slinging bro around stage. Now, whether this was staged or not, we don't know. But what we do know is a lot of people ain't like this. But
I feel like that's just a rock concert type thing to start. Like it's almost like mosh pitting. You're technically hitting each other in a group that could be perceived as like you don't like someone if not someone didn't know what a mosh pit was. But it's just for fun. Like he's performing on stage. You can't really take anything seriously because, yeah, it is either staged or it's just in the heat of the moment. He obviously wasn't mad.
2022 kept going on. He was making his money. And at the end of the year, came back to social media, posted a cover or something. He hopped on IG and dropped the cover. We ain't know if it was a single or an actual album. We just knew it was a cover because it had the parental advisory in the corner. But nothing ever came of it. And Carti fans got so mad, they did what they always do. Leaked about 7-8 songs at once. And for some months, we ain't hear from Carti until his mugshot randomly dropped online. February 2023. His mugshot dropped and the info came along with. Carti got charged with assault after allegedly choking his pregnant girlfriend and trying to prevent her from calling 12. XXL wrote this. The victim told the police she arrived to the rapper's property on December 20th, 2022 at 4 p.m. to speak with him about the baby she was 4 months pregnant with at the time. She stated she was dating Carti for over 2 years. She lived at his property for less than a year and was recently kicked out of the home. The victim stated while having a verbal argument with the suspect, he attacked her. She stated the suspect grabbed her by the throat and pushed her into the bush. She stated there was 2 males who worked for the suspect that stood there and watched. The witness, who was listed as Playboi Carti's employee, jumped into the fight to break him up because the suspect was holding her by the neck. The victim stated she couldn't breathe. Once the victim was free, she stated she got into the car and was attacked by the suspect. The suspect attempted to pull her out the car while covering her mouth. The victim said she felt the witness's hands on the vehicle but did not know what she was doing. Once the vehicle was able to exit Carti property, she pressed the Mercedes-Benz SOS dispatch button in her vehicle and had them call the police. Carti and the 2 men on the scene left in a black SUV. People asked the victim multiple times for the suspect info. He was not known to be Carti at the time. The victim stated she didn't want to get the name of the suspect because it might hit the media and damage his career. Keep in mind though, this all alleged, but Iggy, his first baby mama, responded to the news. Been there, done that, warned you. Imagine having a pregnant girlfriend pretending they don't exist until it comes out.
I feel like ex-girlfriends like love to come out when something bad comes out about you. They're like, yep, I told you. When in reality, like, yeah, Iggy might feel like she cut him off, but at the same time, he was the one that was messing around with other girls. So like, who really cut off who? And I know Carti had those text messages where he said, I miss rubbing on your butt. But like, you know, maybe he was just horny at the time. But he was smacking like Brandy's cheeks and neck allegedly.
You like to abuse them too.
And he impregnated that child. He is his second child now. So he got 2 baby mamas. He might have to talk about her in an interview and watch Brandy start being all public with the, yeah, he did this and that. Blah, blah, blah.
Rarely visiting your actual son unless it's because you running from whatever problems you got going on in Atlanta and oppressed with your serial women. And this where Carti attorney came out saying Carti was falsely accused. And I'm gonna repeat it again. This is all alleged, but the damage was done. People was looking at Carti.
I don't think there's any damage, bro. Nobody gives a fuck. We're in 2023 and he's at an all-time like high of status, clout, whatever. Like nothing is affecting him. I feel like there are rappers where the domestic abuse definitely affects their career. Like now Lil Mosey wasn't domestic abuse, although it was somewhat similar, but like that really did something. But Carti, it didn't affect him at all.
Crazy once again, because this wasn't the first time a woman came out accusing him of something like this. So a few years back, Carti and Ruby Rose dated, and she said while they was dating, they got into an argument and Carti pulled the scrap out and let some shots go. She claimed he wasn't aiming in her direction, but he still shot that way.
Watch him pull. He pulled like a Tory Lanez before. So Tory Lanez was just biting Carti, bruh. But he happened to actually get the fragments in Megan Thee Stallion's foot, and that's why he got locked up.
Fast forward a few months after Carti's arrest became public, he got back to teasing some new music. So one day, out the blue, Carti took the IG and posted a picture of a young boy with a cross chain on. And this made the internet go crazy. Carti was top 10 trending on Twitter all because he
I'm still waiting on how this is ruining his career, bro. This is just like a recap of the last few years of his career.
Posted a picture of a young boy to his story. But at the height of all this hype, people around Carti came out tweeting 004KT. Filthy.
Hey, what's up, Miami? My name is Matt Bard. Have you ever thought about doing a YouTube channel? Have you ever wanted to do YouTube?
Nah, I want to kind of learn about these YouTube channels. How do I make one?
Was tweeting about Carti artist Ken Carson was tweeting about it. The jeweler who even made the chain was tweeting about it. Like with everything Carti say, nothing ever came up. All this hype was built up and nothing happened. Or at least that's what it looked like at first. I think this stunt was to get some attention for the tour that he was finna announce. Because not too much longer, rumors started coming out. All around the world, these billboards started coming up showing Carti and all the artists on his label supposedly going on a tour, named the Antagonist Tour. And I remember first seeing this. At first, people was thinking it was fake until a producer who worked with Carti 24/7 reposted the picture, confirming the tour. So the world started going crazy. Carti was back trending and people was excited until they realized something. The biggest problem with this entire tour, the thing that could really hurt Carti's career,
Here we are. Yes. Finally. 10 minutes into the video.
Still ain't dropped no music. It's 2023 now, almost 2024. Whole Lotta Red came out in 2020. He did his tour for that album back in 2021. Then on top of that, he been going to festivals all around the world performing the same exact songs.
Now, I don't think that, before he gets into it, I don't think that ruining his career, though. I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. Now, is it potentially hindering the tour? Yes. However, people are still buying tickets. People still want to hear new Carti music. They're pumped as can be after hearing the verse on Fiend, as well as the Killers leak. Like, he's at the top of his game clout wise. Like, I don't think he's ruining nothing. And I think he's going to tease new music at his tour, if that is, he doesn't drop an album prior. So, like, I think the tour is just only going to help more. Plus, it could just be like a tour to get his artists to associate with him more, like more FaceTime with them on video while they're performing. You know what I mean? Like, get them clouded up more, since he's never really publicly co-signed them all too much.
For years. Yeah, the performances is great, but do he think people trying to drop bags on tickets to go see him perform the same song? But the tour get announced. People start speculating, is he dropping more music? And that's really all people wondering. And eventually, the internet start to realize something. The ticket sales was low. Yeah, for a Carti show, people are mainly gonna want to be on the floor, but this man was booking arenas, NBA court-sized crowds. So for everyone to want to be on the floor means the arena was gonna look empty, and an empty arena ain't a good look. I know you remember what happened to some artists, but look, I get people love Carti, but he wasn't finna be able to go on a whole arena tour without dropping no new music. But the biggest problem with everything is the prices. Like I said at the start of the video, ticket sales was up to $500.
I don't think he controls that though. That's like, the thing is, that's one, the booking or the promoting company that does all of the booking for him and like rents out the arenas and shit. But it could be Ticketmaster or whatever ticketing company they're using, because a lot of times they'll sell like at a whole price or a wholesale price to the ticketing company to buy up all the tickets, so they sell out at least from the back end, and then the ticket company will then sell it. They'll upcharge the tickets for like 2-3x whatever it is. Like these ticketing companies are fucked up. They're Satan.
Keep in mind, tour I went on, prices wasn't nothing like that. I'm pretty sure the ticket I got was $60. And just to put this into perspective, Rolling Loud is a festival with many different artists, a place where you'll get so many different experiences. It's also $500. So why would you pay $500 just to see Carti when you can pay $500 to Rolling Loud to see Carti and hundreds of different artists? Because one thing Carti not gonna do is miss out on Rolling Loud. So for bro to be charging that on top of no new music, he knew problems was on the way. And just a few days before this tour was supposed to start, he delayed it so bad some shows even got pushed back to 2024. But at the height of all these problems, the infamous Carti and Leaker war sparked back up. They was tired of waiting for new music. The fans was tired of him lying. They was tired of him playing all these games. So the Leakers got a hold of this new Carti song, a song he had been teasing and talking about since the start of 2022. So remember back in that interview when he was talking about Iggy, the same interview he talked about this song. So the Leakers get a hold of it and they did something called a group bop. This what many leakers do when they get songs. They're going to Discord servers, Reddit, and set a price for a song, and all these different people start putting money into the song. So leakers charged $15,000 for this Carti song, and when they did, Carti peoples caught wind, and they started pressing the leakers. The leakers ain't care though. They wanted their money, and they got it. Dropped that song anyway. But right around the time this song came out, Carti website got updated. The album he had been teasing since 2022 was called Music, and when his website updated, you can guess what it said, Music. So for the third time this year, he had people hyped once again, but soon after this website updated, he changed it back, and we ain't heard nothing since. Was this Carti just playing with people, or was it time for him to actually drop? Who knows? But something that will happen is people will eventually get tired of all this lying, and I say this because of how the fans been acting. They've been desperate. They be on.
I think the fact that the fans are desperate makes them more inclined to fall for it or get super hyped up for all of the antics. Like, I think that's why it's more fun to be a Carti fan, because like there's a lot more fun in games, whereas like a lot of artists, they'll just announce their release date and, oh great, yeah, he's dropping an album on this date. There's no speculation. Like the speculation and the uncertainty and the unknown, that's what makes being Carti or even Uzi or even Drake with For All the Dogs, or even Kanye. Like, is he actually going to drop on the date? Like, being a liar. Why do you think bitches love dudes who lie and like treat them terribly? Because at least there's some emotion, whereas the good guys, like there's no roller coaster. The bitches love the roller coaster. The fans also love that too.
Twitter making concept Carti tweets or making concept single drops. Somebody will really get on Twitter and type up a tweet like they Carti. So right now, it's really looking like this Antagonist tour is a make or break moment for Carti, because people getting tired of no new music, but at the same time, he not falling off or anything, because every time he do a feature or even speak, he go up more.
Man, this tour ain't no make or break, bruh. Carti's literally running the game, bruh. On Travis Scott's album, who's arguably, you know, top 3 rapper right now, maybe top, like there's Drake and Trav and Drake are probably selling the most right now. Maybe J. Cole is up there. I don't know. He hasn't dropped in a while. Carti's feature had the second highest streams, like at least of the album songs, not the single, before Utopia, K-pop with Bad Bunny and The Weeknd, but the Carti song was the second most streamed song on there, while not even technically being the, you know, biggest, most mainstream artist on there. Only second to Drake. So what does that tell you? Carti's name is literally like godlike right now when it comes to marketing or just even streaming. Like, this next project is gonna sell so well. I don't give a fuck what the tour ends up doing. Like, a ton of artists are having problems with actually like selling tickets or canceling the tours or delaying it. I'm not defending Carti for that, but even with the Narcissus tour or King Vamp tour, whatever it was, he ended up selling a lot of, or most of it was the floor seats, because he wants everybody to be in the mosh pit. Like, Carti's not really a guy, like, it's not like a Drake concert where he's gonna be serenading everybody and just you're chilling, like listening, like vibing with a fire or with a lighter. Nah, like, everybody's gonna be jumping up and down on like Molly and other shit, bath salts or whatever, probably in their opium, the Rick Owens shoes, although they're probably gonna ruin them, so they're probably gonna wear something better or, you know, more durable. But still, like, I don't think this is gonna affect shit. Carti's at the top of his game right now.
Or more. But at the end of the day, constantly lying to your fans and playing in the people that support you face, they'll eventually get tired of it. Putting him in a situation where all this lying.
Says who? Where's the data? Where's the data that's backing it up? I feel like if you watch an artist, their numbers go down, and you know, there were some negative publicity stunts they did, or just negative media rollouts. Like, you can kind of create a cause and effect, or even just a correlation of this happened and then this is what's going on with their career. However, like, right now, Carti's career is going only up, and like, maybe there's some negative publicity coming out, but what do we always hear? No publicity is bad publicity. As in, like, even if bad news comes out about you, like, at least you're getting more famous, you're getting eyeballs, you're getting more attention, and it can easily be spun around into good attention. And that's exactly what's going on. Like, I don't think nothing's happened. There's no ruining Carti's career right now.
In all these bad situations he been in will slowly destroy his career. All the times these women that came out and accused him of something, that's gonna hurt somebody's career, that's gonna hurt his brand, his image. But at the same time, Carti do have every right to not like his fans, simply because they been leaking all of his music for years. Think about it from Carti eyes. You making all this music and your fans hack you so they can get it. So both sides is playing in each other's face, but one got something to lose. Carti got something to lose, while the fans don't lose nothing. But on the topic of playing in people's face, the artist from our last video was known for playing in other rappers' face. I'm talking about, he was dissing.
All right, man, I don't know what that video was all about, but I disagree wholeheartedly. And I feel like, no disrespect, I feel like we could have gotten to that point a lot sooner, being like, instead of doing like a whole explanation of the last 3 years, like the tour, he hasn't dropped music since Whole Lotta Red, and therefore the tour might not sell well, and the tickets, like, if there's an open space in the arena and people start posting it on TikTok that Carti's not selling out, or like he doesn't have as many fans as people believe on Twitter or Instagram, like it'll be bad publicity. I could see that point, but there's no data to back it right now, so I just disagree.